Hey, Dare to Dream, it is Jessica with your weekly coach success tip. And today I want to talk to you guys about one of my all-time favorite subjects, and that's social media. So I'm going to give you 3 things not to do and 3 things to do to hopefully help you get more traction from your posts. As most of you know, I built almost my entire business on social media. It's not the only way your business can be built, but it's my personal favorite way. So I wanted to help you do better, especially if you're a newer coach, because some of these things, to me at this point, they come natural, but as a new coach, it could definitely be helpful. So I'm going to start with the 3 things not to do. Number 1, never post a link on your timeline. So this could be a link to buy something. This could be a link to your Team Beachbody Coach site. The point is, you don't ever want to send an unsolicited link and it makes you look spammy. Our number 1 goal is to not be salespeople. I get people all the time say, oh, I can never be a coach, I'm not a salesperson. That's perfect because we don't want to come across as salespeople. We want to come across as genuine people at home, doing our workouts, caring about helping others get their results just like we did. So no links, because a normal person would not post a link. So we're not going to post a link because that's what we are, normal people. Next up, let's see, number 2, don't use the stock photos from Beachbody. So they make these really pretty photos, show the challenge pack and the Shakeology, the price. But once again, the second somebody sees that photo, what do they think? Salesperson, because it's an ad. It's a legitimate posting of an ad. So I would recommend, once again, never using those unless you're sending it in a private message, maybe to show it comes in the pack or for whatever reason. But on your timeline, you want people to want to follow you. You don't want them to be turned off by you. And just think about like when you watch TV. 9 times out of 10, unless it's Super Bowl Sunday, you don't want to watch the commercials. So they're going to train themselves on Facebook to tune you out. And that's the last thing we want. Let's see. Number 3, not to do, is do not only post Beachbody. A lot of times, you were not a coach yesterday and then you became one today and all of a sudden it's Beachbody, 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 and your friends are going, what happened to my friend? Did they get hacked? You don't want them to all of a sudden not realize who you are. So you want to post strategically. You want to mingle it in with other things that you enjoy. A lot of times it's good if you pick a couple things that represent you. Whether it's, you enjoy putting up funny posts, or you enjoy sharing funny stories from your children, or recipes, or not even fitness related or health related, something totally different. If you love animals, whatever you love, make sure your page represents you, not Beachbody Coach. So there's your 3 not to do's. Let's recap them real quick. Do not post your link, do not post stock photos from Beachbody, and do not post all Beachbody. So now that we have transformed and we're human again, here are the 3 things that I'm going to suggest you do to gain more traction, gain more customers, and more future coaches through social media. So number 1, my big suggestion is to not use Beachbody lingo. So, I didn't want you to use the photos, but I also don't want you to say things that people aren't going to understand. Because same thing, when people don't understand, they ignore it. They scroll through it. They don't pay attention. So you're going to ignore things like Beachbody Challenge, Challenge Group, 21-Day Fix, Insanity Max 30, Shakeology. Any of these product names are going to come across 9 times out of 10 as salesy. And since they don't know, they're not going to ask, they're just going to keep going. You can kind of think about it yourself when you scroll down and you see, I'm having Thrive today, or Visalis, or, whatever these other companies are. And what do? You're not like, oh, I wonder what that is and I hope I can buy some. No, you're like, oh, selling something, skip. So I want you to portray what you are kind of sharing without using the exact words. Now it's a little different once you have a following, or if you're known as the Insanity Girl and that new program's coming out like I was. That was a little different scenario because at that point I could say Insanity Max 30 and people knew. But being new, and especially new programs like the 21-Day Fix, nobody knows what that is. But if you say, you can get crazy results in only 21 minutes or 21 days, 21 minutes. Wow. Then people are their ears are gonna perk up a little more because that is speaking their language. So you want to make sure you're talking in words that everyone can understand, so you're not eliminating your market. So that's number one. Number two, obviously, like I said, you're mixing in your life. You're being human, you're being relatable, you're finding things in common with people. I really, really, really suggest that you be yourself. If you try to be someone else, or even if you just try to be someone you're not, what happens over time is you can't maintain that because it's not you. So literally find things you love and infiltrate them into your page regularly so that people can come back for more, knowing what to expect, and they're coming back because they do relate to you. So for example, I don't love football. So instead of being like, yay, go Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm like, this girl hates football. Is anybody else's husband gone for the next couple months? And people are going to relate to that because that's my market, that's me. Whereas if I went the other way and then people started talking to me about football, well, I'm screwed because I'm not going to be able to talk back. Although I do know how the game is played, just so you know, Jody. All right, next up is number three, one of the most important tips, I believe, and I hope you've stayed tuned till this point, but it is to be vulnerable. So when you're writing your posts, it's typical to think, let's get fit, get healthy, and take 2015 by storm, or who wants to get results and get healthy while working out at home. Okay, neither of those things are gonna grab people's attention. And the thing is what we wanna do is we wanna get the people at home raising their hand. So you wanna say things that mean something to you and that are relatable, that people are gonna, tune into. So one good thing to do is to write it out, then I want you to say it out loud, because it also needs to come across like you're saying it, not like you're typing it. So for example, I would never normally say like, who is ready in their life to become financially free? Like, I just wouldn't say that. I would be like, who wants to not have to pay bills anymore? Like, that's something I would never say, who wants to become financially free? It's just like when you talk about Shakeology, like we're saying like, it is a superfood meal replacement shake with 70 plus calories. Like, I would never say that in my life. So it's a good practice to say it out loud and you can catch a lot of things easily. But next, I want you to figure out what those words, because those are just key phrases that all health and fitness companies use. So it's not going to differentiate you from the thousands of other posts on Facebook. But I want you to realize, what do those words actually mean to you? When you say get fit, what does that mean to you? What did that mean in your life for you to get fit? Did that mean that all of a sudden you could play with your children again? Did that mean that all of a sudden when you went into the dressing room, you didn't hate that person you saw in the mirror? If you're going to get healthy, does that mean that you no longer, go through getting the shakes because you haven't eaten in so long and then overeating and then feeling guilty? I want you to break it down, because I guarantee that me saying those things just meant a lot more to you than me saying you want to get fit and be healthy. So if you can tap into breaking down the concepts into something that's more relatable, and like I said, something that somebody's going to go, wait, that's me. I read that and that was me. Instead of, oh, I read that and I've read that already a trillion times and it doesn't mean anything to me. When I talk about coaching, I don't just say like, do you want to be a coach? Nobody knows what a coach is. But do you want to be your own boss? Do you want to be able to work, your work directly, your income be in direct proportion to your work? Do you want to be able to wake up each morning with a purpose and with a meaning instead of feeling like you're just going through the motions? What is somebody doing? Oh, wait, that's me. But if I just said, do you want to get financially free? Sure, whatever, skip. So the more you can tap into what you're actually trying to say and put it into examples that people will relate to, you're going to be rocking this business through social media. You are going to be putting yourself out there, but in turn, you're going to be attracting people like you. And you're going to end up creating an amazing business, chasing your dreams with other people that are waiting for someone like you to come across their path. So hopefully this helped. I was hoping I could convey it verbally, even though I'm used to typing it. But like I said, read your post back to yourself. Make sure you're a well-rounded human person. You're not an ad. You're not spam. You're not a salesperson. You are getting fit, and it's changing your life in a very particular way. And the more you can share that, the more people you're going to reach. So hopefully that helped. Dare to dream, guys.